Good morning. Welcome to the part 2 of our compassionate marketing. In the previous videos, we talked about compassionate marketing in brief and why compassionate marketing and how compassionate marketing will work. And the compassionate marketing part 1, we discussed about the different triggers of compassionate marketing, the reasons behind why the companies need to use compassionate marketing practices. In this video, we will discuss about the enablers of compassionate marketing. So the previous video we discussed in detail about the aspects which leads to the companies to use compassionate marketing practices and how they can use these compassionate practices. We will see in detail in this video. So if you see, the companies normally focus on selling the products and consumers to consumers, but they do not bother about whether the consumers really need the particular product or services. So that is where the company should start. The starting point of company is to understand the taste preferences and reasons and requirements of why consumers acquire a specific product or services, which is very important. So they need to first understand why the consumers go for a specific product or services and the aspects related to taste preferences, reasons, and especially the requirements for getting the specific product or services. So instead of forcing the target consumers to buy product services through using price or promotional means, the company need to find the reasons behind the purchase of consumers. So that is a very important point. Why the consumers are looking to buy a particular product and what are the reasons leading to that. So based on that, they can guide and facilitate the buying process. So facilitation. So number one, you have to understand the taste preferences and requirements of consumers and why they want to buy a specific product or services. So based on that, the companies can guide and facilitate the buying process, which will lead to the consumers to focus on or buy the appropriate product services which suit to the requirements. But the question comes, how the companies could listen and find the reasons leading to the consumers to make a purchase of a product or services. So here what is very important is listening to the consumers. So how the company can listen to that, how the company can listen to the consumers, how the company can interact with it. So that is where the company need to set up a listening post through social media websites and blogs to interact with target consumers to find the reasons behind the purchase. So these are all the aspects which the company can listen to the consumers. So listening post using a social media website, the company's Facebook page or Twitter or whatever social media websites available, and they can create their own blogs also to interact with the consumers to find it. So instead of focusing on the commercial aspect of selling the products to consumers, the company needs to focus on the social aspect of benefiting the consumers, why the consumers need to buy the particular product. And if they understand the reasons, so they can guide and facilitate the process which will benefit the consumers. So, and also the company can need to develop, they can develop an online digital crowd listening post to acquire necessary information. So what are those online digital crowd listening pods? So these digital crowd listening pods can be created through different aspects. And it can be collected from the customer reviews, referrals, the blogs, social media postings. So these are all we call it as a crowd listening pods. So where company can acquire the different information and they can come to a conclusion. So how the consumers are looking for a specific product or services. Furthermore, the company need to design an artificial intelligence system for online purchase and guide the target consumers through a set of process which lead to find appropriate products and services which the consumers feel they will get the value of it. So in today's scenario, most of the consumers going for online purchase for any product except the car or like house. But even when they are looking for buying a house or apartment, so they go for online. They will search for it. So those aspects also which guide the consumers to look for a specific product or services, whatever the value it is. So the company can create an artificial intelligence system which can help the consumers to identify specific product and services. The company need to use the purchase history of target consumers, which is very, very important, which should have been stored in a database, big data, and use appropriate analytical tools to analyze and predict, estimate, and guide the target consumers towards appropriate product or services. But this purchase history may not be available for all the products and services, but for specific product and services, if the consumers are going to specific store, if the consumers are going to either specific physical stores where the data can be captured, or if they go for a specific online stores where the data can be captured. So those kind of an aspects, or even the consumers are going for a specific physical stores or digital stores or whatever. So if the company has that particular data, so it will be very useful for the companies to use analytical tools to analyze, predict, and estimate and guide the target consumer's product towards a product and services. So the artificial intelligence system which they create should be supported by machine learning, which will help the companies to find the appropriate products and services for the target consumers. Even the machine learning system will help the company to modulate pricing suitable to the consumer's sensitivity, because there are many consumers, they are sensitive to pricing and they will actually go away from the product or service which they, if they feel the product service are above their means or very expensive, so they will not go to the next stage. So the machine learning will predict the price sensitivity of consumers from their previous purchase and how the consumer responds to the buying of the product or services with reference to pricing. So which will help the companies to focus on that and modulate the pricing according to the consumer. So we can call it as a personalized pricing. So the company can fix not a blanket pricing, the company can fix the individual pricing or a customized pricing or personalized pricing which suit to the needs of consumers. The same case, the company also can modulate the promotions, which the different types of promotions to which the consumers respond more. So accordingly, they can create or curate the personalized promotions, which should attract the consumers to look into that particular product or services. So such exercises will attract the consumers and motivate them to select a suitable product which they believe create value. See, apart from the pricing and promotions, the guided process through the AA, which creates a lot of value and benefit to the consumers. So here you see the guided AA process along with the personalized pricing and promotions, which will create the great customer delight. The customers not only just going for buying a product, but they're also getting their value for money, the price which they can afford and pay, and also the promotions which they really like and they get benefit out of it. So these kind of the compassionate marketing practices are very, very important for a company to go to the next level. And this is where the company can really create a value for the consumer. So this is where the company can achieve a real value creation. Selling the product which are suitable to consumers or services, along with the price point which the consumers can afford and be happy about it. And the third one, the promotions, the consumers can get some extra value-added benefits. So these kind of practices which really help the company to create a very strong, loyal consumer base. So thus the company need not focus on spending money on creating the promotion offers for all sort of consumers. So this is the very focused approach of a company towards a specific set of consumers, a specific consumer, and curate the product or services suitable to the requirements and modulate the price which will satisfy the consumers and it will motivate them to go for a deal, and finally delight them with the promotions, the benefits which consumer can think for a long time. So such activity will really influence and have an impact on the consumers to become referees and brand ambassadors, even a consumer evangelist who will go in single hand to promote the product or service or brand of the company. So in this video, we discussed about the enablers of compassionate marketing, how a company can roll out the compassionate practices, marketing practices to attract a specific target consumers and motivate them to buy a product or services. So thanks for watching this video, and please give your comments and keep watching more videos of such videos, the latest concepts, the trending concepts of marketing in this channel. Thank you very much once again.